Yeah, exactly. It's better to look at the tweet of the day. You can still do that. The day has not ended yet. And also, we've got artwork to do. We've got a couple of good ones, but I would say we're not getting so many Google submissions, but we're getting submissions from the other day when Joe Miller did artwork for the social media desk.
So they still try to trick us.
So they're still trying to troll us, which I think is quite cheeky. But you know, whatever's interesting, I'm quite happy to look at them anyway. Maybe Joe Miller didn't show all of them, and I will. I don't know. But yeah, we should talk about the statistics of these two teams. How is it looking?
If we're going into the statistic, we noticed on match day 11 and 22 they played against each other, and on play day 11, SPALE managed to win 3-1. Against Kazna. And on play day 22 it was totally opposite, so Kazna won 3-1 against SPALE. So on the whole season it's
it's even.
4-4 rounds, 3-3 points. And from the prediction, I would say both teams ban really often Prokhorovka, so I bet we'll see Prokhorovka today. And and overall the preferred maps from SPALE are Himmelsdorf and Airfield. It's similar like to Kazna, only Kazna got Himmelsdorf and Mainz. And Mainz is the third map from SPALE. So the teams are not only training to each other, they also like or favor the same maps.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got some bans to do, some map picking to do. Head admin Matty will be doing that with the two team captains as we look to see which maps are not the favorites and which maps we'll be seeing. I want to see if White Park is that fifth map, which has been a common trend throughout this season, and it hasn't stopped with today's games. So,
I think White Park or Abbey will be banned.
You think?
Yeah, one of these two maps will be banned, and Prokhorovka. And Abbey is out.
Abbey's out, Okay, fair enough. Good prediction there. And we can see, I think that was Kazna Crew's pick there, so Abbey gone for them. And White Park, your perfect prediction, fair enough. Okay. And then the first map, what do you reckon that'll be?
Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka, fair enough,
I said Prokhorovka, maybe Airfield.
Airfield is a strong map for Kazna Crew, 75% win ratio on that one.
Exactly, But Airfield is also the best map for SPALE. SPALE played 16 times on Airfield. Oh, Mainz is the fifth. Oh, I didn't expect that. Mainz, normally both teams really like Mainz.
Usually on 3 or 2. I think we'll be seeing Ensk or Himmelsdorf up in those first two map picks. Well, the first two map 1, map 2.
No, they pick Airfield,
sure. Map 3 is either
maybe they
Prokhorovka or Himmelsdorf, I think it's going to be.
I think they pick Mainz directly because they want to south or north spawn.
Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka.
I think Eurofish wants to be using his artillery, as he is so talented in it.
I think now we will see Ensk, and
you think it will be Ensk? I think Ensk is a good call.
No, it's
Himmelsdorf. Okay, fair enough. It was going to be one of those two. It was going to be one of those two.
Now we will see Ensk.
Obviously.
So we start with 2 city maps, and then we go to the open one.
So Ensk is more of the hybrid city map as opposed to the archetypal Himmelsdorf.
Exactly. And we see really nice games today on Ensk. Most games were really aggressive and fast.
Well, I think teams know that they've been playing a little too passively on Ensk. I think they were watching some of the other Pro League finals, and they thought, nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put you guys and us guys and everyone watching here at Dreamhack through that horrible experience of going through 9 draws or whatever it was. But Ensk, what do you think? Who's going to win?
In my point of view, I would say Kazna will win on Ensk.
Kazna?
Yeah, they're a little more focused on the city maps, while SPALE is more for the open. So the little advantage is here on the side of Kazna Crew.
Sure, and as you can see on your screens, we are running Facebook and Twitter accounts at WOT Pro League and also /WOT Pro League on Facebook. So do get involved there, as well as the Twitch chat. We'll be giving away some goodies, some premium tanks and stuff, as I've already been talking about. So back to the game.
About Ensk, I have to add as well.
Sure.
Both teams played around 16 rounds of 22 game days. Ensk. And both teams got 50% of win.
50%. That's pretty incredible.
So 8 losers, 8 wins.
Both teams 8 each as well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be a close one.
Yeah,
this is going to be a close one.
That's why I say it's slightly favourite for Kazna crew.
Right, all right, okay. Well, I think which side of the map also comes into it. North is harder to play, in my opinion.
Exactly. The question will be if some of the teams try something special, some sneaky tactic, maybe with a Bison or Sturmpanzer, some tricky tactic.
You know, the green side. I remember when Ensk was first played competitively, it was more in the, it was a drill tournament, but it was basically pre mangled metal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, the green side was a favoured side. You used to see massive engagements, just huge amount of fire, tank wrecks everywhere. There's already a couple there anyway, as it is before you, as soon as you go into the game. But, you know, I think Ensk is always an interesting one. And I want to see a cheesy tactic where a team just pushes over the green zone and just tries to cap or tries to get in that situation. I mean, we've never seen it, so it could work.
I would also like to see a tactic maybe with the T4 artillery, the grill, and the T52 or Chaffee, and then just trying to spot the base, work for the artillery, and if the enemy are forced to attack because they got no artillery, they can just go for the cap. Yeah,
well, it will be a really hard thing to execute, but it could work.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a surprising moment. It's on your side, so.
Yeah, surprise it counts for a lot.
Definitely work 2 or 3 times, but one time you can just do it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, throughout history, we've had lots of examples of surprises working out well, regardless of the odds stacked against them. I mean, Dragonborn's playing today. It was a surprise as it was. Obviously, losing that last game on Wide Park. Unfortunately, I think that was
it was not our best game.
It wasn't your best game, but there's not much you could have done about it, I think. I don't know. It's hard to see from my perspective. I mean, obviously we see what's going on as you guys do at home, but you know, tank for tank, it's quite hard. We will be getting replays in Season 2, so you will be able to check out all the replays of all the players from the tank's perspective, from the players' perspective, I should say. These players you see on your screen, Jagera, Kobleone, 2 very talented players. We've got Moki Lumi, Theory, 2 great...
Dovahkiin is really good.
Dovahkiin as well, T69 player from SPALE. And, well, I can't wait to watch those replays.
That's true, yeah. It would be nice in next season if we can manage that. But I think we will manage it.
We will. We'll have to manage it.
We have,
For you guys, and for me, for everyone.
Statistics,
Yeah, statistics will be much more predominant in Season 2.
I really I'm a fan of statistics.
You are a fan of statistics. Yeah. I can tell that. And I'm a sucker for statistics. I can't even say it.
Yeah, it's not your word.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the tank pick is more or less done, but then we surprisingly see nothing surprising.
Surprisingly see nothing surprising.
Yeah.
So, looks like both teams are ready. Tanks have been picked. As Marcus says, nothing surprising at all from both sides.
Yeah, it's 2 T69. That's maybe the only small difference to the normal matches. I think today we didn't saw it,
Yeah, but we'll be going to our first game, Kazna crew versus SPALE. So here we go. Strap yourselves in, people, because these are the fan favorites. SPALE versus Kazna crew on Ensk. This is going to be one hell of a ride, and all I can say is roll out. Yeah,
it would be really interesting how Kazna managed to place the T69. They're directly driving for the open field with Hyber and Nihalem is covering him. 1T1 is just following. IS3 is going for the mid area for the spot, and on the other side the 250-100s are just staying more or less defensive and waiting for the spotting.
Yeah, Mapati pushing forwards in the IS3. We've seen this countless times today on Ensk. The 2 IS3s going forwards to a hold down position.
Super aggressive on the side. It's really fast, straight on push from him, and Nihalem is directly follow him. The T1 from Jagera is also not that far away.
Yeah, as we pop over to Kazna crew side, they have gone up the 8 line with both T69s.
It's really surprising me that they're pushing so aggressive with the T69 without any cover from the 5100. For this move, I expected the 5100 maybe on A8 or A9 in the city, so cover the way back.
Nihalem is spotted by his counterpart in the T69, Dovahkiin. Luckily for Kazna crew, Hyber in the other T69 has not been spotted, but yeah, he's just been spotted there. So SPALE now know where two of the main tanks of Kazna crew are. Will they react to that?
Some blind shots here to just try to manage to kill the T1 or shooting some buildings and the base. And now I think he will retreat and going back to base and join his mates. They got the T1 in a really nice position. Jagera can do really nice spotting from there. So the green side is more or less safe for Kazna.
So as we wait for the first engagement, the winner of this will go on to fight Dragonborn's Odin Mortis in the losers bracket finals, who then will go on to fight Virtus Pro. And obviously we saw Mousesports will be fighting Team Dignitas tomorrow. Do catch that game because it will be superb.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Cobra Leone doing a really good job in T1, spotting the IS-3 and the 5100 on the E2 area. It's quite surprising to send a T1 in this area. Normally there's the IS-3.
Yeah, usually have an IS-3 there, at least in one of those two buildings. Yeah. But it looks like Mokilumi and Wattila are pushing forwards. This is what they did against, I think it was, who was it at the beginning? It was Mousesports, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mousesports, yeah.
And it worked well.
Yeah, but still Mojo is waiting at there and he just spotted Wattila, but he missed his first shot. And he hit the second one.
But nice shot by Wattila, doing a pretty tasty 433. That is hitting the higher end of the scale on that damage for that gun. Obviously 390 being the average.
Yeah, and Kazna didn't know that there's more than only Wattila, so they spotted nothing else. And now Mupetti is also spotted. But the question is, when they're pushing, are they prepared? The 69 certainly manage after the spot to go back, and they're driving on the 7 line. But do you think they will arrive in time?
I don't know.
SPALE will just push over.
SPALE have just gone really offensive. I think they're a bit conservative. They don't want to push too far. Obviously, staying back. I mean, you know, they don't want to get in a situation where they get force-fired.
Just joined the cab. Really nice position behind this wagon. But I think the T1s can shoot below it.
Yeah, you can. You can shoot below with pretty much any tank.
Or destroy it.
Yeah, one shot, you take the car out. The second shot, you take the tank out.
Yeah.
Obviously, you will end up wasting a few shells if it's an autoloader, but, you know, what can you do about that? 1 minute and 20 seconds left on that cap.
But that will be a nice engage. The two T69 joining the T1, and they spot Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin doing a superb job. He does take 2 shots before he gets the 1. As his fuel tanks to hit, he's got to be very careful. Take another 270 damage, down to 867.
Yeah, and the cap is still going on, so SPALE have definitely to send more back instead of only the T69. And the question is if Kazna react directly to it and move with a 25100 and the IS-3 behind the forces of SPALE to just take them from behind. And there's the T1.
Finally,
and the 5100
they came out.
Yeah, but also the information for Kazna now, there's a 5100 near the base, so they can push forward. But Dovahkiin doing a really, really nice job here.
Yeah.
And I think he will manage to kill Hyber. Oh, he lucky survived. And there's the first blood.
He should have shot only 3 shells then. He overstayed his welcome for sure then. And they did end up losing him. And, well, 5 minutes left on the clock. And now Kazna crew have the advantage of taking 9 tier points for their 1 off SPALE.
But Hyber is pretty low with 123 hit points. The question is how we can use this tank now. You have to flank and be really, really carefully as one shot.
That's for sure. I mean, Mupetti sporting his Finnish flag, and I'm not sure what that says on the side of his tank. Or no, I know what that says either.
But SPALE's playing pretty passive, all near their own base. But yeah, it's more likely the same for Kazna. They're all around C6 or B6. Just relocating to the outside, to the open. The point is Kazna know, okay, we got 8 points in the lead. We can play really defensive and just defend our cap, and SPALE have to be attacked. So let's hide behind bushes so that we get good cover. Don't show us ourselves. The T1 can spot for us, and we do significant damage before they spot us.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Kazna crew's double T69 lineup didn't work for them last time on this map. So I think, well, it did work for them then because they managed to get the shots off onto Dovahkiin very quickly. I think Dovahkiin perhaps forgot that it wasn't an AMX 5100, which has a slightly longer shot between, reload between shots, I should say. Yeah. But it does look like SPALE pushing forwards a little bit, going back to the position they were at the beginning of the game. And, well...
Yeah, the point is Kazna will not move. So SPALE, no, okay, we have to do something. We have to attack. We got 1 T1 left. He can maybe defend our base or going for the spot. But I think in this situation, they should send him all in to the mid area on the 6th line to spot the enemy heavies, as they don't lose so many hit points on the heavy tanks before they spot the enemy one. And I think it's a good idea to send the T1 on the 6th line. And Copa Leone is staying really passive and only try to spot. They don't want to lose any tank. The point is, even if they lose only the T1, it's a draw. So they can't risk to lose the T1. Yeah. But they need the T1 as well for spotting.
Well, SPALE deciding to take the bait. The whole of their tanks have gone forward. Theory and Wattila leading the charge at the beginning, but Eurofish and Mapeti in the AMX5100 and IS-3 have decided to back them up, and this will be a firefight. And I think SPALE will be wanting to take down Nalem in that T69 as quickly as possible. 3
tanks from Kazna are aiming to the JK 8 line, so down to the 8 line. So I think they're expecting more that SPALE join from the south, but now they start to cap, and Wattila is spotted.
Yeah. But incredibly, he got to a position where he's safe, and now he's hulled down with that IS-3. The only part they can really penetrate is the top of his turret, and that is one hell of a shot. Still Mojo taking a lot of damage, down to 684. Bilauda missing his shot onto Wattila. And, well, SPALE are in a good position right now for some reason, even though they're in the middle of a field.
The point is they got enough time. They have to reset Wattila. Wattila is totally safe here. And if they manage to just cover Wattila and don't let him hit, they can manage to win this by cap.
So still Mojo down to 33 health. SPALE have taken way too much damage. They've overstayed their welcome in that cap circle. Wattila's still on a healthy amount of health. I mean, if they push, Wattila will get the side shots onto them, and that's what's going to be kill for their win.
Look at the hit points from Kazna. 33, 40, 132. Only Nalem with 782, so only tank with a nice amount of hit points. And there's the first one gun. And oh, Veko in the back is... I think Veko have to move forward with this 1,400 hit points. Definitely have to do something here.
And Nalem trying to get some shot onto Wattila that he won't be able to take him down, as his 1,200 damage won't be enough. 1,000 damage even if he doesn't get lucky. Hybot 123 HP, and now Wattila is the man of the hour, connecting so many shells.
Yeah, but no, Veko joined the fight with full hit points. He can easily kill 3 tanks with 6 shells, and he will start with Mapeti, and he finished Mapeti off. Now he's going forward to kill Thierry. Will he be the next one for him?
I don't know. I think he's overextended a bit. Yeah. Wattila will get a shot onto his side. He will undoubtedly finish him off. Veko pushing too hard. I know he had loads of HP, but it was not a good move from him pushing that hard. And now SPALE certainly favourites here. Wattila will pick another one up. Beautiful play from him. Hyber's left on 123 HP. Will he go down? Nelem's pushing around that T69. And I think he will get taken down by Eurofish, who's behind him.
But it's still at 2-2 and 30 seconds on the clock. And yeah, 3 of the tanks are one-shots. But Wattila doing a really, really great job just hiding there. But Nalem just can manage to kill him. And no, it's up all to Eurofish.
Eurofish is now reloaded. He will take the kill onto Nalem very easily if he can just, he can get around onto him. The T69 is even slower than the AMX5100 in some respects.
But only 10 seconds on the clock. That will be really surprise me if he managed to kill him. I think Hyber is reloaded also. Oh, he missed.
Oh, he missed his shot. But he has one more chance. Does he? No, he doesn't. He stops behind the house, and it will be a draw on Ensk. But not a draw because none of the teams did anything, but draw because...
exciting way, definitely, yeah. Well, even if you look at the damage of the teams.
Look at that, Wattila, 2.3k. Nalem,
really, really good job for
2,500. Pretty nice from him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised SPALE didn't win that one, to be honest.
Yeah. Only Mapeti and Bilauda fall a bit down in the damage.
Yeah. But it was such a close game. I mean, 2 tanks each left at the end. Eurofish was waiting for his reload. He has the 45-second reload with that MX5100. That was the problem.
I think the T69s, the less hit points compared to the heavies, were at the end one of the problems. Because they managed to kill the T69 from SPALE and staying pretty good in the defensive position. They had the T1 for spotting. They know, okay, they have to come into the cap. They know everything. They had every advantage they have to, they need to, but they didn't manage to take it because the 269s were maybe too low on hit points or just get dropped down directly. And SPALE doing a really, really good job to take the cap.
Yeah, Wattila, the man of the hour, I think, in that game. He was superb.
Yeah.
But looks like both teams are going to be picking the same tanks as we go into our second game, which will be on the same map. Of course, these two teams have the option of repicking their tanks.
No, they don't do it. They already directly start into the next round.
So this will be the second game. First game was a very narrow draw with both teams going backwards and forwards. Both teams could have taken that win.
Yep.
But this is going to be a good one. And I think...
Really interesting is to start the same as the 269s, directly going so aggressive on the open.
Sure. I think... Have we got a problem? I mean, Yuli, everyone's saying Yuli in chat.
You don't know it?
I kind of know it. What does it mean?
It's a song, a Finnish one.
Oh, right.
Someone is singing all the time, Uli, 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 Uli.
But
a bit higher.
Wattila crashed, so we will be going back to the garage.
Looks like, yeah.
So
maybe he was singing Uli, 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 and this don't want it.
Disconnect him from the game. I mean,
you have to search it on Google.
I think I've heard the song somewhere, maybe on Twitter.
Yeah, I think they posted it on Twitter as well, but you can only hear a few seconds and then you get enough of it.
Yeah, I guess. If it's on for like, you can't listen to it like an hour, obviously. But we should be in game very soon. We just exited the garage. It's quite a big garage, you know, you never thought of that. How big does this garage have to be to fit 7 tanks, let alone 15 tanks? It's not really a garage, it's a parking space. It's a massive multi-story parking area.
Yeah. It's I think the same like here on
exactly.
Dreamhack, the same halls. You need, especially if you got your more tanks and only 15 or 20.
Yeah.
I know from people they got over 150.
Really? Mm. That is mental. You got over 150?
157.
God damn it, man.
Yeah.
I think I've got maybe 30. Because I always grind the tanks which I really want to play. I've never been one of those people who just aimlessly grinds and just gets whatever tank. I always get the ones I want.
The point is I'm grinding for the tanks, but I keep the old one. I never sell the old one.
How do you have the credits? I've got the super Pershing, but it never gets me enough credits.
No. I've got no super Pershing. I can play Type, KV5, T34, Löwe.
And on that note, if anyone wants to send me a KV5, a Type, even an IS6 if you really want, I would happily accept that with open arms. Yeah. IS6 would be really nice. I'm surprised we don't see that in 7 vs 7 because it does absorb an awful lot of damage.
I'm waiting for more premium artilleries.
Premium artilleries?
Yeah. That would be nice.
When's the what's that big it's got like a 400mm mortar gun in the front of it. What's that? It's like a tank destroyer.
I know it's it's the same model like the Ferdi, I think. It's I didn't get the name.
Storm something.
Sturmtiger?
No.
I think it's a Sturmtiger. Yeah, I think it's
Sturmtiger. Yeah, but anyway, we go into the third game actually because we crashed in that second game. First game was a draw. This is your Dreamhack finals, Kazna crew versus SPALE on Ensk. Yep. SPALE starting from the south. Well, Kazna crew will be taking the north, as in the previous games, as we just wait for the game to start.
I think we will see a similar start from both teams.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very similar.
More or less the same. Kazna will just go for the outside, check the green area, and SPALE from this part will going for the city, checking what's going on.
For sure, as you correctly predicted, Theory, Eurofish, Muppety pushing into the city, I should call it. It's not really a village, is it? Kind of big city. Yeah,
but on the other side, the T1 from Corpoleone is going to the same direction. Jigera also going more or less passive on the 1-2 line, and all other tanks driving here to the outside. Nearlem is really aggressive this time. And Hyber, that's a bit different. He's just spotting in the mid area. I think he wants to get a spot from Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin taking a shot into his tracks, and those tracks absorbing the damage, of course, very annoyingly, I imagine, for Hyber in that T69. But Dovahkiin often plays this position. I mean, he kind of failed a little bit last time because he just stayed there too long. Well, strangely, he's actually pushing into the city. You don't see that often. I think that's the beginning of a SPALE push right now.
Yeah, this time Copperleone and Jigera and the T1s are really defensive. So just trying to spot them, but not in the same position like in the last game. Around 100 meters more in the back. So really defensive, and Copperleone driving more and more back now. So they give SPALE, in my opinion, a bit too much map control on the city side.
Yeah, often is the case on Ensk from the south, pushing up further than of the north side.
But again, on the other side, Nealem and Hyber doing a super aggressive job in the T69. They are close to the cap, and I think they want to kill one of the T1s here.
I think they want to kill Dovahkiin in that T69. He's
yeah, maybe also Dovahkiin, but yeah. I expect the main reason is what they're pushing so aggressive. It's to kill one of the T1 and open the cap for their own T1s.
So Hyber spotted, Nealem I should say, spotted by Ageha. T1 proving useful once again. I think that's one of the things about Ensk, you know, you can pretty much shut down a whole side with a T1.
Yeah.
You can spot right from the south to the north, right from the K line to the A line.
Well, yeah, no Dovahkiin spot, but also Wattila on the other side. They're pushing really aggressive.
Yeah, SPALE surging forwards. Jigera missing dodging a shot just then.
Directly escaped to the mid area and they're pushing forward to the cap. Maybe they want the cap race, but I can't believe it. Kazna normally have to turn around. Yeah, they're just doing it, turning around and trying to defend their own cap. But what's surprising is for me that the T69s didn't try to catch Dover and going for the 2-2-1.
Well, I think it might have been a mistake, as Mapiti in his IS-3 has taken up position, as well as Theory in that AMX 5100 in support of Dovahkiin. And, well, I think Mapiti is got to be very careful here, because if he overextends himself, he's going to take a lot of damage if we play it like we did on the first game, if they play it like they did on the first game. Could happen, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, the point is that Kazna playing super aggressive here with Hyber and Nealem, but they didn't take use of it really. So they're playing aggressive. No, okay, there's no enemy, but they don't move with the other tanks or react to it.
Sure, as
oh, first hit on Dovahkiin for Hyber.
Yeah, Dovahkiin will be kicking himself a little bit. He always wants to get that first hit off. I
really like the move from the 2T1s. 2T1s from Kazna are really close to the cap. So they can cap with 3 tanks or 4 and doing a lot of pressure. All heavies are spotted near the own base from Kazna, so that might be work. Just cap with 3 tanks.
Dovahkiin won't actually be able to support or stop the cap, I should say. Well, he might actually get one shot off, but he will get killed so quickly. Ageha actually dodging some shells there from Jigera. Jigera being spotted, Copperleone being spotted as well, and no damage at all. The track's absorbing everything. Obviously, those T1s are very inaccurate at range.
Yeah, that's not easy to snipe with this automatic gun. But yeah, Mokulumi is going back to defend the base as well, and this is T1.
Yeah. And I think SPALE are pondering exactly what they want to do, but there's an engagement now.
Yeah, Dover can get a second hit in the eye in the first one. And now SPALE decide first to take action, go for the cap and pushing over. Pilauda is waiting in size 3 here. And Urufish directly drops down to 700.
I thought SPALE had a good position then, being able to shoot along a narrow alley onto Kazna crew, but they've taken a lot of damage, and there goes down Eurofish, the team captain of SPALE. But also Hyber's in a lot of damage, a lot of trouble. He gets taken down, and well.
Nealem is also really low on hit points against Dovahkiin on the other side of the map. The T1 is taking out, and now Pilauda and Vico decide, okay, we have to push in, we have to kill Thierry and Wattila fast, that we can support our team. But it's a really good position for Still Mojo, especially shooting over these little wagons here.
But there's a 1v1 against Nealem and Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin just misses one shot. Nealem just bounces a shot onto the mantle of Dovahkiin, and now both tanks will be reloading. Dovahkiin getting that last shot off. Mapiti taking down Pilauda, and it's pretty much even Stevens right now, both with, well, one with 2 AMX 5100s, one with 2 IS-3s.
The point is the IS-3s don't need to reload, and the 5100s are on the reload actually, so they have to escape. Still Mojo is on the run, they could try to block them. The point is Wattila is really lucky with 3 hit points.
Yeah, for sure. Dovahkiin now retreating.
Oh, lucky, he only got tracked from Wattila.
Yeah. And now we can see possibly an engagement between Still Mojo and Dovahkiin, as he will probably be reloaded. He can actually shoot through the middle of the trains, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned Wattila directly go back. I think the vehicle is now reloaded, and Mapiti have to save him. They can go with T1 for the cap, and yeah. now Vico's also one-shot, so can't really risk to go out and kill a 3-hit point.
But this is looking very good for SPALE as Mappetit reloading. Yes, he does take down Still Mojo in the MX 5100, and now it's only Veko left, and there's only about 10 seconds left on the cap until SPALE takes the first win on Ensk.
Nice, he managed to kill the 2-1. But I think he got 3 or 4 shots, and there is it's over. That's all.
Yeah.
It's only the 2-1. I think Corleone will not have a chance to do anything here.
I think the same. I think the same. I concur. So yeah, good game by SPALE. Their aggressive style, they seem to think through Ensk. They don't think about their pushes so much through other maps, but Ensk seems to be where they really think about it, and it worked for them really well.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I really like how these teams use the 6 and 7 line between the wagons. All the time they was moving on these lines and to try to do some damage, and even on the cap side, the tanks pushing into 6-7 line, shooting from behind or just blocking tanks. And I think SPALE have done it a bit better with Dovahkiin and Urafish later and Mappetit pushing in instead of Kazna with Nealim and second T69 it was Haiba. So in the end it was slightly a bit better played by SPALE.
Yeah, I mean both teams doing very equal amount of damage. Props to Still Mojo for that 1.5k in the pretty short time he was alive.
Yeah.
But Mappetit played so superbly in the first game when they drew. But playing really well here, doing a total of 2,938 damage in that IS3.
Yeah, we saw really close city fights, and like we expected before, it will be really a close game. I predicted it was a more lucky end for the SPALE guys, but no, it was. No, I predicted Kazna. No, it was SPALE. But yeah, it was so close, and now we go to the next map, Himmelsdorf, and yeah, what should I say? Kazna played this map 18 times, 9 wins, 9 draws, and the same. Oh no, 19 times for SPALE, 10 wins, 9 loss. So more or less, again, 50-50, and both teams played all the time in this season, this map. So it looks like they really like to play city maps.
I think Kazna crew have to win on this one, though. I think you know, they're 1-0 down, but also if they were 1-0 or 0-0, I think Himmelsdorf is a map which we expect the Kazna crew to win on.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so well played in so many of the Pro League games we watched over the last 22 match days.
Yeah, in the last few games for SPALE, Himmelsdorf didn't work that well. They tried something new and some special tactics, but always with little mistakes. Or don't. I think they get a good idea of a tactic, but don't think it to the end. So say, okay, we know how we start, what's happened in the mid game, but in the late game, this flanking stuff and trying to force a cap, that's also a point. I never saw SPALE capping with 2 T1s.
Yeah.
I can't remember it actually.
I can't recall anything like that either.
They're trying to play always with the heavies or with the main forces, and don't try to play more with T1s. They also let them behind and for base defense.
I think they just use them to base defense, spot out across the area where their main force isn't, and they do like to use that main force of tanks against their opponent. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good point. I mean, if SPALE really thought about their tier 1 tactics more, I think they would win more of those pushy
also
tactics.
It's really close games. If you manage to stay with the T1s alive, don't use them for more suicide spotting or really aggressive spotting where they probably get killed. Yeah, and I think that would be a good point, especially against Kazna crew and Himmelsdorf, to change this.
So both teams keeping pretty much the same lineup. I think it's pretty much exactly the same lineup as they did on Ensk. Obviously, this is also a city map, so you wouldn't really expect anything different.
Only the T69 from Nealim is changed against the E3.
So I think we'll see a win for Kazna crew. I think they'll take it up to 1-0. And perhaps move up to the game against Dragonborns later. I mean, I think these two teams are so equal. They're such fan favourites. You know, they're some of my 2 favourite teams in the game. They're such good fun to watch, and it will be a shame to see one of them go at the end of this set of games.
That's always the point of a tournament. Some teams have to lose.
Yeah, but here we go. Second game. Enjoy.
back live here, just on the side from SPALE. What do you expect will SPALE do? They're going for the hill, or you think they're going more defensive?
I think they will go with the hill, go to the hill even with AMX 5100. I think that's pretty common tactic. They want to be catching out Hyber in that T69 with the superior HP and damage of the AMX 5100. Eurofish and Dovahkiin will be joining his Eloquence on that throne on that hill as well.
But on the other side, two 5100s and a T69 for Kazna also going up to the hill with the T1. Two IS-3s just blocking on 8 and 6 line, one T1 defensive on the 2 line. But it looks like we see a big brawl directly at the beginning on the hill.
Yep. Pilauda being spotted out by Muppety.
Yeah,
Muppety makes a shot, doesn't connect it unfortunately onto Pilauda. Vatilla also being there with him, makes another shot, but misses once again.
Yeah, so Pilauda can easily do his mouse trick in this new version, not in the old school version like Carmon we saw earlier that day.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. And now Dovahkiin, Eurofish, Theory on the hill, Agaha in the background in that T1. Do not underestimate his importance, that's for sure. These two MX-5100s will stay probably back a little bit, and then they'll push around once that T69 spotted, and there we go.
Spotted, get the first hit here. And yeah, it's pretty nice forces. I think Kazna didn't know actually that the 5100's up on the hill. If you watch here, they are all on the right side, only Dovahkiin is spotted, and here are hiding the Kazna guys, the SPALE guys, huh?
Yeah, they're just behind.
Yeah, they are spotted.
And now Jigera is in trouble. And they won't worry about Jigera at all. They're pushing straight forwards onto Hyber. Eurofish will have absolutely no trouble, but they didn't expect the two AMX-5100s to be there at all. Eurofish is now in big trouble. He gets tracked at 470. One more shot will do it, and he goes down. I don't think they expected that at all, but Theory
have to run
still alive.
Now, or he will get raped as well.
I mean, that was incredible. I just think they caught them completely unawares.
Yeah, Dovahkiin now joined from behind and tried to kill Veko, and he managed to kill Veko.
One more shot he'll have in his autoloader. Yeah, he does connect it for the maximum amount of damage. That's 300 on that T69. But Hyber's coming on to Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin will actually be able to get killed by Hyber if he doesn't be careful. Hyber connects the first shell. Will he connect the second? Yes, he will. He will take him down, in fact. And Theory now retreating.
Yeah, they have definitely. And yeah, Hyber can now reload against him. Mojo, I think he is still on the reload. And now he can go down and fight with IS-3s on the bottom.
Yeah, well, really well played by Kazna in that one.
You think Jerry will join the IS-3, or he'll drive maybe up again?
I think he's just going to stay exactly where he is, and he's going to stay behind this rubble pile to shoot anything that comes off the hill, because if he does connect any shells, he will do very well. Pilauda also taking a shot from Muppety in his IS-3.
Still Mojo is not joining the IS-3s to get the little advantage they need to kill Muppety and Vatila. But yeah, Pilauda is down to 50%. That was not a good idea from him to peek out again.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that at all. Pilauda down to 715 in the IS-3.
The point is, Pilauda and Still Mojo are not 2 shots for the IS-3, so they can't attack really, because if they focus, they're directly done.
Yeah. Jigera spotting the AMX-5100 of Theory. And now Kazna crew know that they still got the tank there, so they know exactly where the whole of SPALE is. The IS-3s obviously being the 8-line, Theory in
Hyber
the B9.
is really aggressive. If they send one IS-3 back, they can maybe catch Hyber.
Yeah. Well, if we pop over to Kazna crew's side.
Yeah, Jigera is spotting Hyber. Hyber is just waiting behind. And they know there is a 5100 somewhere, and there's Theory. And now Hyber moves forward. I think it's a really nice move from him. If the IS-3s start pushing the 8-line soon, he can just pop up from behind and surprise the guys from SPALE. But for this, they have to push on the 8-line with Nehalem in the front, maybe with Still Mojo on the 5100 to flank them, and Pilauda directly next to Nehalem.
Looks like SPALE are trying to keep all the variables controlled. They've got the 1 and 2 line covered by SPALE, by Mokilumi and Aga in those two T1s while they push up the hill with their two IS-3s.
Hyber have to run.
Yeah, Hyber's running.
But at the same time, I think Kazna should push on the 8-line with the IS-3s. And now, a bit delayed, they're starting the push here on the 8-line.
Well, they could catch these two IS-3s unawares, but Biber, we should call him, is just gone completely. He's going to go off the hill. He's probably going to rejoin his two IS-3s in the 8-line.
And now they got the information they need. Now they have to push. And also with the T1 on the other side, Copa-Leone, he also should stay a bit more defensive on their own cap to take care of it. Whereas the second T1, he got no need on the hill, so he should also drive down back and join the tanks on the 8 line, just going for the cap and surround the enemies.
So we've got Vatilla taking on Nalem, but Schmapeti is going to be there to support him. Palauda obviously taking those 3 big shots, I should say. He won't be able to do too much. Theory pushing forwards as well. And now we'll see a push from SPALE.
Yeah, that's really strange that Kazna misses chance. They're playing really passive. They got all advantage they need to push and finish the game for them. But yeah, they know it's on SPALE to push forward. Maybe they're playing on the 8 tier points and just waiting for SPALE. Yeah,
still Mojo actually being in a good position to support his 2 IS3s, and he will take down 3 with 1 more shot. Will he go down? 1 more shot will do it, but still Mojo being very careful. Oh, still Mojo gets taken down by Theory. Brilliant play by him. And now Kazna crew are in big trouble as they get pincered.
Yeah, they have to kill the 5100. Oh. Yeah, they missed a chance. I don't know why.
I have no idea what they've done here. They've just... Still Mojo should have killed Theory. He shouldn't have retreated. He should have got the last shot off. I mean, Theory was moving and he wasn't. And now they're completely screwed, I think. Yeah. I think this will be a win for SPALE.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that they will lose this game anymore. The question is, maybe Hyber can kill Thierry. I don't know why he's tried to join on the 8 line and don't go directly to the mid area. And they had a better option to kill Thierry and Vatila. But the Mapati is too high on hit points. The IS3 can both shoot at least minimum 1 time, and that will be enough. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a very...
It's not that clever played by SPALE now. Especially he's trying to mouse trick something. Now you get 2 hits and have done only 1.
Yeah, and Hyber will go down any second now. Will he get the last shot off? Hyber actually takes down that Vatila. You will only need 1 more shot, but no, Mapiti takes him down as he was probably reloading. So GG going out, Copa-Leone left on that T1 Cunningham.
Yeah, they're playing match to passive. They got all advantage they need. They got the hill under control. They can push on the 8 line. They spotted the enemy heavy tanks, and they didn't decide to push forward. They're just staying and give SPALE the option to re-attack, flank them with the 5100. And yeah, at this level of playing, you can't allow the enemy team to flank you or move everywhere they want to on the map.
Yeah, and Copa-Leone does go down, and that'll be a win for Kazna crew, taking it to, a win for SPALE, I should say, taking it to 2-0, winning Ensk and now Himmelsdorf. But that's the city map's over, and this could be the start of a great comeback for Kazna crew as we go on to, I think it's Abbey?
It was, no, Abbey was,
Abbey's
no,
fourth, I think. No. Abbey was cancelled.
Abbey was banned.
Banned, yeah, sorry.
Abbey was banned. It is Mainz. Mainz is third map. Mainz. I think it's Steven's favorite map.
Trollolol.
Yeah. I told you about the call I got.
What was that?
Yeah, from the 50s. They want the jacket back.
Finally, he's been going on about this joke all day because I'm wearing a shirt and a suit jacket. I don't know why that's 50s. I mean, the 50s was a cooler time anyway, so I'm happy with that. Can't deny that, really. But we can have a little look at the damage of these 2 teams. It would be interesting to see like a curve, like a graph of these 2 teams' damage, because at the beginning it would have been massively in favor of Kazna crew.
Exactly, yeah. Have done really well, especially the bait on the hill. It works perfectly for them. They directly managed to kill Ur, the 5100, and then they also managed to kill the T69, losing 1 5100, but a pretty good trade. 2 T8 against 1, but then they don't manage to play to the end. They were too passive. I don't know why. If they don't trust in their own skills?
I have no idea. I think they could have pretty much done anything. I mean, I would have considered the 3 line and just pushed 2 IS3s up the 3 line, pushed them, put them in the cap, done.
Also a good option. Yeah, finished. For sure, definitely, yeah. And they can even send the low 5100 into the windows. It's hard to hit, but they can easily hit if they're trying to reset the IS3s.
You just put it behind, you put your T1 behind the little building so you can cap without being damaged. You just take a Hyber from the hill, shoot the IS3s as they try and decap, done, finished.
Yeah, pretty much options. But yeah, now we're going on Prokhorovka. Yeah, I think both teams don't like that match really. SPALE banned in the regular season Prokhorovka 7 times and Kazna crew 11 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not sure why people don't like Prokhorovka so much. Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's in case of the arty gamble.
Yeah.
If you don't got a really pretty exciting arty player, you don't want to risk the gamble of a one-shot.
Yeah, that could be a good point, actually.
Yeah.
But Prokhorovka will be so interesting to watch post 8.6 when artillery is a little worse, and
exactly.
also the tier point changes as well. So it's going to be interesting.
By the way, both teams play in the regular season 8 times on Prokhorovka. Kazna 3 wins, 5 losses. SPALE 4 wins, 4 losses.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. If you they banned it 7 and 11 times and still played it 8 times. it's quite funny. I love statistics. If you didn't notice it.
Yeah, I think everyone did.
Yeah.
I think everyone did.
Yeah.
But tank picking going on. What artillery is Eurofish gone for? He's gone for the Lorraine 15551.
Yeah.
While Nelim is going for the GV Panther, which will give him the option of the T2 Light.
Yeah, that's true. I think they will also pick a T2 Light with the GV Panther.
Yeah.
And Eurofish go for the Lorraine and 2 T52s. They're really scouting and aggressive tactic. Before the season, it was more or less common to use in Prokhorovka 2 T5 scouts. Even years ago, it was common to use 2 T5 scouts. But yeah, it changed a bit in last season. Nobody wants to use them really, because it's the enemy playing so passive, especially with 1390s. Good light scouts staying in bushes, they can snipe the T52s on the long run. Even if you miss the first hit, you get a second or a third one, and at some point on the map you will just hit them, and then the advantage of the scout is gone. Because it's really hard to scout proper and aggressive without getting risk to get shots.
And also, if artillery tracks you, which it often does, because if you miss, you'll still have the splash damage, about 4 meters splash damage, and you're in big trouble when you get tracked in the TV-2.
Yeah, at times with tier 5 arty or maximum, it was pretty easy because only a full hit kill you. Sometimes even a full hit didn't manage to kill a T52, but now with the tier 7 and tier 8 arties, the T52 have nothing to laugh.
True, yeah, that's a good point. But looks like tank picking is coming to an end with a T50-2 from Hyber.
Yeah. Kazna playing with 2 T71s. Looks like they want to copy the tactic from SPALE in the game against Dragonborns.
Yeah. Some cheeky copying.
Yeah, but it didn't work that well. Yeah, but it's exactly the same technique. They're playing with 2 T71s and 1 T52. So they copy SPALE in the tactic. That's maybe the reason why they train so often against each other. They know all tactics and they know, okay, against these guys it worked really well. Maybe SPALE tried to play the Kazna tactic against Dragonborns because they noticed, okay, this tactic works good against us.
Wow.
Tricky stuff.
It just blows your mind. You could go on like that forever. That's the problem. Counter tactics, blast, double blast, triple blast, it just goes on forever. I mean, it's
that's
impossible.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, looks like tank picking has concluded. So we should be in game. I believe SPALE will be starting from the north, I think.
Yeah, it looks like. Kazna starting south actually, and
but on this map that does not make a difference. Obviously, the north spawn is favoured for the road side. You can see teams pushing over to the road, while the south has a longer way to drive to that road and has less bushes to cover them. But here we go for map number 3, 2-0 to SPALE so far.
So we're live here back into the game. Kazna from south directly decide we go with all forces to the right side. Corleone is T52 going for the spot. The T71 is going pretty aggressive on the 5-6 line. I think he will just take the curve and going to the city at the F6.
Well, SPALE is doing exactly the opposite, but exactly what we expected. Pushing the MX-3090s, the T69s, into the road, the forest area as we call it. Muppety, Corleone spotting each other out in the middle. As we always expect. Dovahkiin is actually pretty aggressive. I don't think I've ever seen him play a TV-2 before. He's often playing the T69.
Yeah, normally you play the T69, but I think in that case the T52s have to spot, so you have to hide with all other tanks to snipe and support. And it didn't take a 1390s light tank, so they have to really be carefully with the 69s, because the medium tanks get easier spotted, and against the GV Panther, they just eat them.
Yeah, well, both these teams so level in terms of wins against each other. 3-1, 11 and 22 match days they've won against each other. So this one will be the decider. Whichever one wins this one will not only go through to face Dragonborns in the finals of the pre-playoffs losers bracket, but they will also take the reward of beating their arch enemies 3-1.
Yeah, Gobalionis dropped pretty fast to 81 hit points. Now he can't risk anything, and especially he can't fight the T-52s. So it's the T-52s Wolfpack and decide to kill Gobalionis, only can run and hope for luck. But yeah.
And Eurofish is known for getting countered in his artillery. He often gets countered, actually. I remember a map on Abbey when they were winning really well, and then boom, Eurofish died, and it was like, oh, GG. So he's got to be careful. He's got to move. Usually you've got to move forwards. You should never move backwards in an artillery, just because of the way people play artillery. They often aim behind the shot because they want to connect with the superstructure and not the part of the gun. So always move forwards. That's my top tip. Today's nice. Top tip, Oliver's top tips.
I will write it down and
yeah,
notice
you
it
should,
for next time.
Dragonborns need to write it down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I think in that case of the reason you're talking about Uralfish gets countered, I think Kazna changed from Still Mojo, who was the old arty player, to Neolem, because Still Mojo is also the tactic guide and the leader, and if you do playing artillery and leading and observe everything else, you forget sometimes to move, and then you get countered. And it's the same for Uralfish and Still Mojo, and I think it was a good decision for Kazna to change that position to Neolem and Still Mojo playing another tank.
So Dovahkiin spotting out onto Still Mojo. That'll give SPALE some good. But GB Panther gets shell connected onto Dovahkiin. Unbelievable shot, and that change of artillery player definitely seems to have worked.
Exactly. Yeah, the change. Yeah, like I say, Still Mojo is also a good player, but Neolem, yeah, he deserves it to play with artillery. Yeah, looks like. And now they got the advantage that only Mepeti is the only scout for the guys from SPALE. And he's good spotted now. Yeah. And the T-71s are really pretty hiding here. I don't know what the sense in the basic tactic of Kazna to just stay at this area here with 2 T-71s.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're thinking there. I think they're probably wanting to either wait for a push they're going to do with the AMX 1390s or counter a push by perhaps the T-69s of SPALE or the T-50-2.
Normally, oh, nice blind shot.
Unbelievable. He's just on fire today. Nalem picking up another kill onto Aga of SPALE in his T1 Cunningham. 2 kills for him and the only damage of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely really nice and well played. And yeah, you have to decide if you want to bring his team up to the top, he has to play now the best round of his life in his arty.
Sure. Yeah, with SPALE being 2-0 ahead, this is a last chance saloon for Kazna crew. As if they lose this, well, there'll be another last place finish for them at an offline tournament.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
And nobody wants that, huh?
Yeah. They've played so well this season. It will be a shame.
That's true, yeah, but it's the same I can say for SPALE, so I don't want any of these teams ending 6th. Yeah, but Still Mojo doing a really good job. I like this position. If you play so aggressive, the art is relocated really proper. They got totally map control on the right side, so why not going a bit more aggressive with the 3090s, just trying to spot something.
Yeah.
The 69s are pretty defensive from SPALE.
Well, now they're at a disadvantage. They'll be expecting the common courtesy of a push from Kazna crew, but you know, I think it could work if Kazna crew sent Jagera along the 2-line with his T1 and then catch Theory out in that T69. It will be game over. Exactly.
I think it would be a good idea to send the T1 forward to just spot them, and they can shoot with all tanks.
From the middle, right?
Yeah. Why not? The 71s can go up to the little rocks in the mid area, 3090 on E6, one on A6, just get fire from everywhere, especially the arty can shoot and you only lose the T1. And if it doesn't work, you can still send in the T52 and do the same again. And if you manage to kill one T8, then you're so in the lead that you can just raid them, just for the cleanup. Normally it should be very easy to execute, but I don't know, Kazna is playing against so passive. I hope they do it not like Himmelsdorf. They're playing too passive and give SPALE the advantage back.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Kazna have to do something to stay in the lead.
Yeah, they certainly have to capitalize on their advantage right now. Obviously, Dovahkiin and Aga have been taken down by some 2 spectacular shots from Nahalem in his GV Panther. So really now the game is in Kazna crew's hands, as it was in Himmelsdorf, as Marcus just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what the T71s are doing here. They're staying all the time at G6 and just waiting for nothing. I don't know what they expect to spot, because the T52, if you go for the base, there's a T1. The T1 will spot everything who's going to the base. So why not going up, going to those little rocks on the top and trying to spot? If you see here, they perfectly can drive up to the area on E5 at this rock, spot everything, and there's a second one on EF3 perfectly for T71s.
Yeah,
they can hide.
I'm not sure why they're not doing that. That's a good point.
But now they decided we have to do something, and Cobraleone is going for the pot. I don't know why they didn't send the T1 first, but yeah, they decided to send Cobraleone the one shot.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if you spot in the next few seconds again, he will die, and then everything is even here.
Yeah, Eurofish landing a good shell onto Cobraleone, so that will be T50-2 lost a piece with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. But still, Kazna crew has the advantage of that T1 being down from SPALE. But I think we'll see a push possibly up the 2 or 3 line, 1 or 2 line I should say, with the 2 TX9s.
Yeah, but what's Hybrid and Cloud are doing? Maybe they are shot AFK.
I have no idea, maybe they disconnected and they're just...
Yeah, getting something to drink.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but Muppety is surging forwards in that T50-2 along the road. He's enjoying the scenic route, I like to call it, straight down the middle. I mean, there's nothing better. You can spot straight down that line. You can spot either side with some great spot view range. He will probably have coated optics, which will give him a good 15% extra, 10%.
But looks like we get some movement. So Mojo is going in and yeah, replace the T52. And I would say with a bit bad luck, Eurofish managed to one-shot the Mojo, and Kazna will lose it.
Yeah, that'll be quite a spectacular end if that happens. But 2 minutes left, as Jagera spotted in his T1 Cunningham. And yeah, Vatilla will take him out in his T69. That will leave him 3 shells in that autoloaders, as SPALE takes the left side of the map and gains map control. And now Hyber finally moves in his T71.
Yeah, but only 6 minutes too late, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to go for the T52, or they have to attack maybe for the artillery. There's a hit, 400 from Eurofish. He's also a really nice arty player, and now, yeah, it's not that hard to kill Hyber with the next arty hit. Yeah. 1 minute 20 on the clock, and yeah, they're still hiding at the same places, so the arty can just finish him. Muppety will spot them.
Eurofish will surely one-shot those T71s, obviously 1,250 damage average with that Lorraine, so nothing.
No,
he's pretty much 100% reload.
The T52 will spot him, and he's small aimed on this area, so he will shoot in the next few seconds. And yeah, I would go to Hyber because I know that he gets one-shotted soon.
Muppety going down, but yeah, Theory gets taken down. He didn't get one-shotted. That was 2 shots to T69. Palauda's 261 health. He does get blind-shotted by Theory 82. Some brilliant shooting from him, picking up 2 kills, both T71s. And yeah, those 2 camping guys just did nothing apart from kill Muppety in his TVT-2.
No, it's up to Still Mojo. You have to spot something. Especially the arty would be nice if you manage to kill Eurofish, because it need a kill and only 20 seconds on the clock.
Eurofish not moving at all, but he will be spotted actually any second now as he comes over that ridge. But Eurofish probably could even one-shot him.
10 seconds. They didn't manage it because the 69 are full on hit points, and yeah, they're all reloaded. And look how fast it's going on for Still Mojo. Yeah. Spot the arty, and it's done.
And it's over.
Yeah, clean.
Another brilliant win for SPALE, taking it 3-0 after 1 draw on Ensk. And well, unbelievable. I didn't think it would be a 3-0. No. I thought maybe 3-1, maybe 3-2. What we've seen most of the day, but 3-0. I think that's our first 3-0.
Yeah, it's the first, definitely the first one today. Yeah, I didn't expect it. I don't know why Kazna plays so passive.
I have no idea why.
It's
they're almost like caught in the headlights.
Yeah, they're freezed on the position and doing nothing. I don't know why. The 2 T71, I can't believe it. What they are doing with these things. They're so fast, maneuverable. You have to use them. Yeah,
they must have had a plan. There must be some method, but I'm not sure what it was. I think we should ask them probably after the match, and we'll get back to you on that one. But yeah, the team's looking pretty happy. Dovakin looking very relieved. Yeah. And so they will go on to play Dragonborns next.
Yeah, they get their revenge.
Yeah. So it will either be SPALE or Dragonborns. Now we know who will go on to fight Virtus Pro, the mighty Russian giants. in the winner in the losers bracket or the winners for them finals.
Yeah, that will be really interesting tomorrow. But first, we got one match more, like you say, it's SPALE against Dragonborns. But yeah, if we go back to this match, I would say, all in all, from what we see, it was clearly, well, for SPALE.
It was clear.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see why. There wasn't anything unlucky about the games. It wasn't anything particularly, you know, like what happened then. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so it was just Kazna Crew's slightly passive gameplay that really lost them that. I mean, they had the advantage. They could have won Himmelsdorf. Yeah. They could have won that map on Prokhorovka, but they just didn't do anything with it. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they just thought, if we just wait, perhaps we'll just end up one-shotting something or doing something unbelievably lucky. But
in all 3 rounds, I really like the opening from the Kazna guys. They're playing some different, or just playing aggressive, get the information, take advantage, mostly in hit points, or even manage to kill one tank. But then they don't play to the end. They just stuck, or just thought, okay, we got the tier point advantage, we will play it safe. But that's a biggest mistake. You have to continue fighting and making pressure to the enemy.
Always got to keep the pressure up. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I mean, obviously, if both teams are, you know, you spotted like a T1 here and there, it's not really that much pressure. But if you're engaged and you've had your first engagement and you've kind of reset the fight, keep the pressure up, because in the end, the other team will break before you.
Exactly, yeah. And the point is, sometimes you have to trust in you. Even if you think, okay, we're pushing into 3 guys, someone will really drop low, but after this, you can shoot with 4 to 3 tanks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you have to take the small risk to take the huge advantage.
Yeah. I mean, this game really favors people who take the initiative, people who make the first move, because then you can kind of you can dictate the state of the gameplay. I mean, obviously, if you're a team and you really do your homework, about where to stay on the map, it's really hard to win against. You know, if you got really good players, 7 really good players, and you've got really good positions, then it's almost impossible to win against.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, we head over to the captain interview with Stephen. He'll be getting the lowdown on what exactly happened.
Next to me, Eurofish. How was it without playing without tactics?
It's awesome, as always.
It's just like, you just go ahead and, oh, there's a tank, we just shoot it. It's more like random games, right?
Yeah, we do some tactics, but it's in the 30-second period before the game starts.
So you got like masterminds in your team, you go like, all right, let's do this and this, and then you just roll out and do it. So, sounds good, sounds good. So now taking down Kazna Crew, next one coming up is Dragonborns. You already played Dragonborns and you lost. That actually forced you to come down here in the loser bracket. So what have you got planned to take down Dragonborns the next game?
The first game was just for warm-up.
Oh, so you wasn't playing serious. Like you didn't want to give no tactics away, rather go through the loser bracket, have a bit of a joke, bit of a laugh, and then carry on properly at the end.
Yeah, we get to play more games this way.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, so Dragonborns, I hope you heard that, because they actually only let you in to play against you again and then show you what their real skills are. I'm looking forward to that, because you did put the level quite high now, so I got high expectations. I want to see some awesome games there. So yeah, Eurofish, go back to your team, have a quick chat, prepare your non-existent tactics, and I'll see you in a bit. And we'll just bring it back to the casters and let them have a look at the game, and I'll see you later.
If I didn't know Eurofish better, I would say he's arrogant, but he's such a nice guy, and he's nothing like that. I think it's completely 100% cold, calculated.
It's just for the show.
Exactly. I mean, no tactics. I mean, but the thing is, exactly. They play so well when they warmed up, and they're a team to really look out for in season 2 and season 3, because you got to remember this is the first season. This is the first season we're in, and there's going to be 3 a year.
Yeah, this team was built after Katowice, so in February, so a half year ago, and they're doing pretty well. But
well, they came second in Katowice. Huh?
No,
they're not in Katowice, in Hanover, which was a couple of months afterwards. Which is impressive for a couple of months of practice.
Team,
exactly. But yeah, we're gonna have a look over a couple of the maps. Ensk was the first one. It was drawn. If you remember, that was a very close game. Then SPALE just came and completely annihilated Kazna Crew by pushing into the cap. Vatilla doing some very nice damage in that IS street.
On Ensk, especially on the 6th line. The movement was really pretty nice from them. Dovahkiin managed to play against 2 C69 and equalize them with 1 tank. So that was the key to win for them, I think.
Yeah, Dovahkiin, spectacular play from him in that T69 for sure. We moved on to Himmelsdorf. as me and Marcus discussed before, it was in Kazna Crew's hands.
Definitely,
completely.
Kazna had to win it, definitely. Yeah. They were 8 points in the lead. They managed to kill 5100 in the 69, lose 5100. And they didn't manage to take advantage of it. They got control of the hill, they got control of the 8 line. Even on the open side, there was 1t1.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they had everything in their own hands and they managed to lose.
I mean, it happens. We've seen it a lot, but the thing is, it usually happens because it's unlucky. Yeah. Or, you know, maybe they just miss a cue or something. But the theme of these games has just been Kazna Crew. It seems like they want to play like that. It seems like they don't want to take advantage of their advantage, and it just hasn't worked for them. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. I mean, we can look on to Prokhorovka, which was our next game, which was won by 8 tier points.
Exactly, it was a perfect example for doing nothing with your tanks. You got such a nice setup. I really like this two T71s. You can play so much different tactics. You can play super aggressive. You can use them as scout to flank enemies. You can even lead an attack with this tank. Yeah. But yeah, they're staying around and doing nothing.
I mean, the T71s is so hard to play because if you lose one, you lose 7 points. If you don't lose with 7 points, you lose with 8 if it's the end of the game. But you know, it's hard to play with the T71. I mean, fair enough. It's such a jack of all trades that it's hard to find where it's useful.
Yeah, that's true. But at this level of playing we are talking about, everyone should be able to do more than staying around with the T71.
True, definitely true. Yeah. But yeah, that concludes that. So SPALE will be facing Dragonborns, as Stephen just said, in the loser bracket finals. They will be going on to play. The winner of that will be going on to play Virtus Pro, and obviously the game tomorrow will be Team Dignitas versus Mousesports. Obviously, that's quite a story, as Team Dignitas will be looking for that first win against Mousesports in this first season of the World Tanks Pro League. But until then, we'll just send you over to some commercials, but do stay with us because we'll have some great games for you in a minute.